Welcome back to the Wildlands garden, and you can see I'm in the banana circle, and I've got an update on how my dwarf Musa Cavendish are doing. But you can see the trunk of the Cavendish, but I think it's dead. But we need to get this out, and I think that is Carna down the bottom. You need to have a look. And then this one equally, no sign of life, rotted here. So all very sad. And in tonight's episode, we've got lots of updates for you. Missy takes you back down to the corn in the market garden, and you can see how that's doing after we sowed it a few weeks back. We go into the polytunnel up there, and we have a few other gardening updates on various bits of pruning and propagation. So enjoy tonight's episode. And in other news, our bladder, which I showed you a few episodes ago, which basically will hold 50,000 litres of water that we pump up from the well way down 1,000 foot or 330 metres down the hill there at the bottom of our land. Our bladder is plumbed in, or nearly plumbed in. I did all the plumbing a couple of days ago. Just waiting for one pipe to arrive, which is a big thick pipe. Go from the bladder input, or where the water goes in, to the pipe coming up the land, but all my taps are fitted. So in one of our next episodes, I will show you the plumbing and the bladder filling up. And in other news, there is a lot of news this week. We've also started building our GeodomeX over there, not far from Rose's cabin. So here's a little sneak peek of the base. But suffice to say, and in short, we've got a 3.5 metre dome, so it's a geodome. That's going to be mounted on top of the base that I just gave you a quick sneak peek of, and we've filmed all of that. That's why we've been busy, and we've not done quite so many YouTube videos of late because we've just got so many jobs. So the GeodomeX is going to go up in the next week or so, and then we'll get that video out for you, and you can see exactly what we're using that for and what it looks like. You can see a bladder video coming up, the completion of that. We're also off out today to get all the plasterboard for Rose's cabin and some more of the wood for the stairs. So the other day we went over to our friends Bruno and Retty, and Bruno had chopped down some diseased cork, and he'd milled the wood, and we got some wood off him which we're going to use for the top of the stairs. It's very exciting. So that's the last kind of job structurally, so to get the stairs in Rose's cabin, get the plasterboard up and the plastering done, and then it's down to furniture, and Rosie can start decorating, which is very excited about. So I look forward to showing you the cabin in about a month when we get back onto that as well. So it's all busy on the Wildlands.
Just wanted to give you a little update on the corn patch. It's been just under a month since we dug the trenches and put the corn in, and it's doing incredibly well. We haven't lost a single plant. We've put the second batch out. We had some babies that weren't ready to come out, and here they are. They came out. They're all doing really well as well. The irrigation all seems to be working, so I'm very, very pleased with it. Some of them have got nice fat stems. They seem to be really enjoying the combination of quite a bit of shade from the surrounding trees and the nice block of afternoon sunshine. So it looks like we'll be eating corn this summer. And a little update on the market garden. This is our pepper bed, and they are doing so very well. I can even see little tiny green peppers coming, so that's very exciting. And again, I don't think we've lost a single plant, so that's happy days.
And I'm back in the banana circle for an update there, which I almost don't need to give you, looking at the size of these beasts. Look how big they've got. I'm dwarfed. So these are the Musa Ensante, the giant reds, so they definitely made it through the winter. And then we've got Chinese bananas here, which are dwarfs, and they're doing super well too. And these ones had babies, which I've propagated, which I'll show you in a minute. And then if I take you around the back in a moment, you can see what's happened to the dwarf Cavendish that you will have seen in the previous banana video that I was very depressed about. So this is the first Musa Cavendish, and you can see there's one here, a slightly bigger one here, and this was the one where the trunk had completely rotted, and I thought it was a goner, but you can see it's still got a reasonable trunk. It's not massive, but I'm pleased with that. And we've got the Carnas have all come back, and then this one again, thought that was a goner. This was much bigger, had babies all round here, and I've taken out 5 babies and left 4 in the ground, and they're all doing very well. Little 1-inch trunks. So that's good. More Carnas, they're all fine. And then here, thought there was nothing here, and this trunk was completely rotten. But you can see it's come back in the middle, and it's a reasonable size. It's about 1 foot high. Quite big leaves already. And then this one here is a baby as well. So great news, I thought I'd lost all of my dwarf Cavendish, and in fact I haven't lost any of them. So although I lost the trunks, which is a little bit disappointing because it will more than likely mean that the dwarf Cavendish won't fruit this year, which was actually my objective, I'm pleased that I've managed to save the bananas, and also it means I'll have to learn a different method of trying to save the trunks and keep them frost free next winter. So it's all a learning curve here on the Wildlands garden, but all in all, very pleased. Good result in banana circle. And these are the dwarf Cavendish that I've propagated. There's 5, although some of them have extra pups, so they're doing quite well. So that's 5 extra bananas taken out the banana circle. And then here we've got 3 of the dwarf Chinese bananas. And you do know that I do like propagating my bananas, so I've got quite a large collection brewing now. So you'll remember in a previous episode we had Helios's order ready to go, and that's all looking great, and that's leaving us next week to be planted up at his place. And if you follow me around, we've got Raspberry Rose doing very well in the nursery, but you see we've been really busy here. So we've got a lot of bamboos, a lot of mints, a lot of Carnas, including Carna edulis. Everything seems to be doing really well, and you'll notice also this area is in the shade earlier in the day, but later in the afternoon it gets really hot here, so we've just got some big posts and shade material so that we can cover it over and keep it shady for the rest of the day. Then we've got the cold frame, which is sort of 3/4 full. And we've got some lovely tomatoes coming here. I think I'll steal one of them. Even more plants. Egyptian walking onions. So this is last year's crop, and we're growing them to get the heads, which turn into little bulbils, which either fall over, hence the name walking onion, and then they propagate themselves, but we pick them and then we plant them. So you can see here's one that I did about 2 weeks ago. And that's now also getting its own bulbils, which you can in turn plant. So I've got loads, all different stages. Honeysuckles, rosemaries, loads more plants, and artichokes, sunchokes, tarragons, different type of onion. These ones Welsh onions. And on the end, yacons. So as you can see, we've been a little bit busy in the nursery. That's just like a 10-second tour there. We'll give you a proper tour in another episode, but it's certainly a lot of work, but we're really enjoying it. And I suppose we should probably take you into Chicken World and show you the update on Dolly's babies.
Hello, Dolly.
So these are Dolly's little babies. They're getting big, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yours looks like a vulture.
Yeah, they all do, I think, a little bit. Like little eagles, and they're gone.
And what's interesting is we were trying to debate in the last video that we showed you whether they were Gloria's babies, because they come out of tiny little golf ball size. Thanks, Flapjack. Tiny little golf ball size eggs they came out of. But it looks like they might be Dolly's, doesn't it?
They do seem to be keeping quite a bit of their fluff, but then they're getting normal feathers as well, so we just can't tell. Well, 4 black and 2 grey, and they've got some fluff.
And then also we've had a tiny little baby, haven't we? Which is Betty, and we let Betty hatch out 1 egg because she's been broody, and she kept hatching out eggs with Gloria last year and then lost interest, so we thought we'd give her a go with 1 egg, but she's been a fabulous mum, hasn't she?
She has, yeah. They're in the tractor at the moment, just her and her 1 little baby, just to keep them safe. And yeah, she's feeding them and calling it, and when it gets a little bit chilly in the evening, she'll sit down so we can come underneath her feathers. It's really nice watching them with their little chicks.
And how old is the little baby now?
I don't know, a week?
A week, I think.
Old.
Should we have a look at her? Because you've got to see how small she is.
Oh.
Look at that little Tina.
We could call her Tina.
We could.
Tina.
Oh, no, you can't go off because you're too small. Oh, let's pop her with Mama.
Back in with Mama.
Mama, here we come. There we are. Oh, crash landing. They got no fear, have they? So I'm back in the polytunnel. It's already starting to get hot. Just for another little quick update on some previous videos so you can see where we're at and what failed and what was successful. So we had a near 100% success rate on rosemary cuttings, and we've got loads that we've already potted on. Same with clematis and honeysuckles, all those cuttings, many potted on, many doing very well. The nodal cuttings of kale was moderately successful, maybe 25-30% of them became kale plants. So here's a few stragglers, but even those are now coming through. So we've got two big ones here and then some little ones still going as well. The bamboo nodal cuttings was a fail. I mean, there was a little bit of success rate, but I wouldn't bother with nodal cuttings on bamboos. But we did discover a new way of propagating bamboos. So here is yellow stemmed bamboos, and they came from root cuttings. So you can see down on the floor here, these are root cuttings. And the way that we do root cuttings is we lift an established bamboo that's in a pot, we lift it out of the pot, and the bottom third or the bottom quarter of roots we snip off with secateurs. We spread them out, don't have to be particularly kind to them, and I put them in these long flat seed trays, spread them out, cover them with soil. Don't really have to pay attention to whether they've got any little baby culms or any nodes, just spread them out, water them. Perhaps a little bit too much water is good, so keep them fairly moist, almost wet. Wait a month or two and then you get all these lovely shoots, and then you can take the roots back out, plant these up. So like these two that you see here have become these ones here. So that's a result. And then we've got loads of other stuff growing on. So we've got the remnants of the bananas, they're all doing very well now. We've got the red bananas that you saw me split a few weeks ago, they've all taken, they're all doing well. So really, long short of the polytunnel, there's great work here. I'm really pleased with how it's going. Lots of seeds coming up too. We do like lots of seeds, so we're still growing lots of unusual perennials and edimentals. So you'll see a lot more videos on those going forward. So there we go, hope you enjoyed the update from the wildlands garden. Thought it'd be great to show you how things are doing that we've talked about before. Take you back so you can see what's working and what's not working. So thanks very much for watching. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with what's happening in the garden. And we'll see you very soon. Ciao.